Yo, what up, hey, how you doing, guys? My name is Sanj, and today I'll bring you a discussion, pickup, unboxing video, all combined into one. I know exactly what the comment section is already going to be like. There's a lot of people that are very opinionated about this. The term hype beast, fuckboy will be thrown around, and that's absolutely fine. But let's focus on the positive. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the Yeezy Season 1 collection and what I picked up from it. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have known that I managed to pick up something on the day of the release, and that is the boots, which I am going to be talking to you today. And the second item I just got delivered right now, so I'm going to do a live unboxing and my first impression. Obviously I won't be able to review it straight away because I haven't had the chance to wear it, but we'll go through the technical aspects and elements of things and give you my honest feedback upon first impressions. Now before that, let me quickly whiz through and give you my thoughts on the collection. I personally like the collection, the details and the colour palettes. Now obviously he has drawn inspiration from a lot of designers, many of which that he's not even ashamed to say of, and with him drawing major inspiration from the designer Heido Ackerman, I was definitely going to like it. Now again, hashtag fuckboy if you want at this moment, but whatever. I did unfortunately think that the prices were a bit too steep, especially for it being A, his first collection, and B, in collaboration with Adidas. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure some of the Y3 pieces aren't even this expensive, and that's a collaboration between a well-established designer who's been killing the game for well over 20 years, I believe. And so in regards to that, I did think that the prices were a bit steep for what they were. I didn't manage to get my hands on the 350s or the 750s, so I ended up with the 950 and a hoodie from the collection. Beside the fact that I liked how the hoodie looked, the reason why I also picked it up, and some of you may refer to this as the hype beast part, is the fact that obviously I'm looking to support Kanye. Now I'm sure he doesn't need my individual support. However, with that being said, if the collection does sell, then Adidas or whoever is willing to collaborate with him will give him more of a chance. I bought these items to wear and not to resell, and it'll be pretty cool in 10 years if Kanye is still designing to say that you own a piece of clothing from his first proper collection. So now that that's covered, let's talk about the boots. They come in this huge box that many of you are already familiar with, especially if you have the 750s, I believe. Massive grey box without any sort of detailing. There's no Adidas logo, any Yeezys or whatsoever. I did go true to size in a size UK 7. I did end up picking the chocolate colorway, and they're entitled the Yeezy 950M. I know that a lot of the people refer to these as the Yeezy 950 Boost just out of familiarity, but as far as I'm aware, there's no boost technology, so it is the Yeezy 950. A lot of people have also sized down to half a size. I find them to fit snug when I went true to size, but as I've mentioned to you guys previously, I do have quite a wide foot, and so UK 7 fits me perfectly. However, if you have a thin foot, then perhaps go half a size down. Again, personal preferences. I just go true to size to be safe. If it does fit quite big, then you can obviously put an insole in it. So inside the box, we've got a huge amount of tissue paper. We're also provided with an extra set of laces, which are the same color as the ones that are currently on the boots, so nothing special about that. We also have two drawstring bags. For some reason there is no detail on this whatsoever. Once again, no Adidas, no Yeezy, so it's just pure black. And as far as I'm aware, not many people use these bags, even when they're traveling. Obviously you're paying quite a hefty amount, so it would have been nice to have some sort of detailing on the bag, but that's just being nitpicky. Speaking of hefty amount, these retail for £365, which I'm going to be completely honest, is ridiculous. It is very expensive. For some odd reason though, when we managed to get our pair, we went to the Adidas original store in Carnaby Street, and they retailed £330. Obviously it's only £35 different. Even at £330, it's still disgusting, very expensive for what it is. But I ended up pulling the trigger anyway, and if I stick by my rule of £1 per wear, then I should be able to get 330 wear out of this easily. So the pair that I went with is this chocolate colorway. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, I'm not a sneakerhead, so I won't be able to give you an exact breakdown of every material. I am able to talk about the shape and whatnot and some of the specifics. Let's go from the bottom up. It features a rubber sole. At the bottom it says Adidas Yeezy. I'm hopefully going to be able to give you guys some close-ups on that. Really hefty sole that should get you through most weathers. I did find it interesting that upon first wear, my friend who was wearing it during the rain managed to slip a little bit, so perhaps it's not that great at traction. We'll see how it is in the snow. I definitely intend on wearing this when I go skiing. That's the sole. It sits on top of quite a big platform. I'd say it's well over 2 inches in the back and 1.5 inches at the front. Again, sticking with the same chocolate brown colorway that holds the shoe together. Moving to the top, you've got this special treated fabric. It does kind of stick, gives off that whole water resistant vibe that you often find on duck boots. So that hopefully should mean that it is weather resistant. You've got 3 stitch lines at the front, which provides for interesting detail. Then we move on to the mesh material, which is ever so present on the sides of the shoe and follows the boot around, while also being in this wraparound fake tongue part. Then we have some suede detailing around the shoe, which in my eyes is more of an olive colorway, but it complements the chocolate color really well. Some metal eyelets and the laces. In terms of branding, it's fairly minimal. We have the Adidas written here at the front of the boot, and obviously you now have the iconic pull tab, which has the red stitch going along the middle. And even then, if I was to keep it honest and real nitpicky, it's not even perfectly in the middle. But whatever, you have to realize that it is an Adidas shoe. Obviously you're paying quite a steep price, so you would hope that these things are perfected, but that's not quite the case. You definitely won't see it from that angle, but I'm going to give you close-ups anyway. Inside it does say Adidas Yeezy. And an interesting detail about the shoe that I didn't know upon trying it on is the fact that it does have this neoprene sock lining, almost like the Casa Highs, which features a pull tab, so that is kind of how you easily get your foot in. It is quite a steep descent, as you can see here, so you need some sort of movement to allow your foot to go inside. Now, I've already worn these once, and I was well surprised by the fact that although they look very chunky and massive, they are relatively light and super comfortable. I think the comfort is what surprised me the most. Genuinely, once you put in, it's not obviously the most comfiest shoe, but when you look at such a shoe, you think of how hard Red Wings, Timberlands, and any sort of duck boots are in general. This absolutely blows them out of the water in terms of comfort. I also didn't mention the fact that these come in 4 colorways. I went for the chocolate just because of the versatility, in my opinion. I feel like you can wear these with a lot more stuff. I did want to get the Moon Rock, however, I remembered that on the Yeezy Season 2, they've got this colorway for the boots. To Yeezy Season 1 I went for the chocolate. Yeezy Season 2 I'll most likely go for that sort of moon rock colorway. And obviously you will see these featured in the channel throughout various other lookbooks and ways to wear potentially. So there we have it, the Yeezy 950 boots, chocolate colorway, UK size 7, true to size. Moving on to the second piece of the collection I bought is from Selfridges. As I've mentioned, I've just received it now. Selfridges sold some of their collection online at supposedly 10 AM, however they went live at 10:45, which is really annoying because I got lucky and obviously I was refreshing from 9:30 onwards knowing that these websites work like these. However, some people might have believed Selfridges and gone online at 10, by which time most of the coveted pieces were already sold out. So I'm talking about the camo t-shirts, the hoodies and some of the sweatshirts. So with that being said, let's rip into it. I've never purchased anything from Selfridges online, but this yellow box is really cool. So all yellow Selfridges, you've got the receipts and how to return and all that jazz. A piece of tissue paper that just says fab, great. Oh, and interestingly, they come in the Selfridges bag. Let me just take it out there. And the piece that we have at hand is the basic cotton hoodie in a mole colorway. This retailed for £340. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a slightly more redder color, but I'm actually quite pleased the fact that it's more on the dull and grey side. Let me put that on a hanger so I can talk about it easier. And we're back with the hanger, so first of all let me talk about the technical aspects. We've got a YKK zip which runs down not even to the middle, it's more so to the chest level, so you can half zip it open. It comes in this mole colorway. I would consider it to be quite a short hoodie actually. It's definitely more on the crop side, so you can definitely go ham with all the layering. I did buy this in a size medium. It features drop shoulders, and from the looks of things it's going to taper quite a bit down to the bottom, which again is a detail that I love. There is no drawstring at the hood, which is great in my opinion. The hood does seem quite big and it features quite a thick band which holds the shape and will probably sit really nice. And if you were to unzip the hoodie, we revealed the inside, which has the Yeezy Season 1 label, and it's surprisingly really soft on the inside. It's quite fleecy, quite a thick hoodie, so perfect for fall winter. I'm gonna chuck it on real quick right now and give you guys an honest opinion as to how I feel about it. Yo, this is actually mad comfy. It fits really great. I'm definitely keeping it, so I'm gonna remove this yellow tag live on camera. Boom, Selfridges. I'm not gonna return the item because I'm keeping this shit. It's actually sick. I'm not wearing a t-shirt underneath, so you can wear it quite normally if you just zip it up like that. It fits like a normal hoodie. Obviously it is definitely on the crop side. You won't be able to see it now because of the angle of the camera, but I'll show you the on body anyway. Real sick. Let's see the hood. Boom, massive, especially if you were to do the zip up. If you were to leave the zip down, then it's just, oh, that's just sick. I wanted a half zip hoodie anyway. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, I did want the Fear of God one, and then this popped up and I was like, sick, I'm definitely biting the bullet on this. I kind of look like an assassin or whatever, so I'm definitely gonna be wearing it something along these lines of this, with a t-shirt underneath. Probably my Hyder The sleeves bunch up real nicely, but when I lift it up you lose the effect. I will most likely be pulling it up just a little, just because that's how I like to wear my hoodies. I'm really surprised at the proportions, as I've mentioned 100th time now. It's definitely not the crop side. Actually, before I go off and shoot the on body, the only disappointing part of this hoodie is the fact that it doesn't have any pockets. It's something very minimal, and obviously I knew what I was getting into when I ordered it because I didn't see any pockets on the picture. But I'm just saying it would have been a nice touch to have either a kangaroo pocket or just pockets at either side. So that's it for the Yeezy Season 1 overview and pickup, the boots and the hoodies. I'm actually ecstatic about it. I am gutted that I did miss out on one pieces that I really wanted, and that was the sweatpants with the tab bottom. I think they would look really sick, especially with the 950s, they would have looked perfect. But I can get away with my Hydro Ackerman, which are quite similar without the tabs at the bottom. Yeezy Season 1, real clean. I'm definitely going to save up more for the Yeezy Season 2, and therefore I can buy more pieces. Although from what I've read, the price is actually a lot better on Season 2, so looking forward to seeing how that goes. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to thumbs up and share the video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I know it's going to be crazy. Share, subscribe, all the other jazz. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Peace. I'm super happy with this purchase, man. Absolute banger. This cut, empty out the little beads that are inside because that's really annoying and I don't want to have this noise